Back home in Australia, international students and skilled migrants have been welcomed back. That started yesterday. There was that 2-week pause that was just that over the fears of the Omicron variant, but now the border is open to migrants and international students, and there's around 220,000 visa holders ready to come here. Now, foreign enrolments have dropped by about 70% in Australia. Students have chosen to study in countries with open borders. Joining me live now is international student Deepesh Batra, who hasn't been one of those that's gone elsewhere. He's now back in Melbourne. Welcome. Thanks so much for your time. What was the journey like, and I guess the many months leading up to it?
Hi, Laura. Thank you. And it was crucial to come back. It was a long waiting time. And I'm glad that we are back. At least the process has started, and I hope it will continue the same way for a long time.
Yeah, I think so too. We are a couple of days in. Of course, there's another variant, but the federal government is so far showing all signs that it is going to keep that international border open to students. How difficult has it been for the last almost 2 years trying to study abroad and at distance?
Yeah. So my journey, my personal journey started from at the beginning of this year. So for me, it will be a 1 year duration. That was the difficult part. And it's been tough. I was supposed to be in university campus studying my course around mid-Feb. So it will be a complete 1 year from when I actually start. So between that time, during that time, I was working. So it was keeping me occupied. But I know many others who were in their bachelors and weren't really working. So it must be even harder for them. And I would have wished for it this day to come out sooner, only if, there were more clarity and more indications from the government so that we could have known about our futures, which was, I think, important for us to know for our mental peace and health.
Did you think about going to another university in another country?
I did ponder on that idea, but I wouldn't have really because I do have family here, I do have friends here. So that was one magnetic thing about Australia and except from the universities, the brilliant universities that Australia has. Um, Also, the family part does weigh in while you're making such big decisions. But I personally know many who have not just planning, not planned, but they have already taken that step to move to Canada or the UK. So at least I know at least two or three who have in my personal capacity.
Deepesh, what was the journey like? You did mention that there wasn't a huge amount of checking of your vaccine status or your negative tests. Can you just tell us a little bit about that? Was there a lot of trust involved in the travel, do you think?
I think the major part here was that since I presume that we were the first ones to travel, the students, I mean. So there must have been some delay because of that. So my passport, along with all the other students that were in that same flight as I was, our passports were taken for a brief moment by the airlines at the checking in counter. And it was taken for around 20, 30 minutes. And I did request them for some clarity over that too. So I was told that they're still communicating with the High Commission, Australian High Commission, which would be, and they were still working with them. So it took about 30 minutes when our passports were with them. And after that, it was seamless. And the waiting queue, if I have to ponder on that, at the Australian checkpoint, it was huge. I'm not complaining. I think it was because it was the first flight and maybe things will get better from here on. Hopefully.
Yeah, I think so as well. Well, welcome back to Melbourne. And while you're here, you'll be studying. Will you be working? Will you be going out as much as you can?
I do want to start my course as quickly as it can, and I'm looking forward to it and having some good family time and also, yeah, some part-time job.